So I wanted to take a few minutes with this video to go over the latest information regarding the PS5 event possibly happening next week on June 3rd. We've got some details on the event itself, console design reveal information, among other items. First, since we're hearing that Sony will only be showcasing games that are actually running on the PS5 and not a PC with PS5 likeness settings, do you think Sony first-party titles, not third-party games, Sony first-party titles at the reveal will look close to the Unreal Engine 5 reveal we saw not too long ago? I know people will say that Unreal Engine 5 won't be out until late next year, but I think people are forgetting that Epic Games aren't the only engine makers in the industry. Not everybody uses Unreal Engine. Sony themselves have multiple engines in their roster, like the Naughty Dog engine and Decima engines, which have been used to build games like Last of Us 2 and Death Stranding. So, comment below, do you think Sony first-party titles at the reveal will look anywhere near the Unreal 5 engine tech demo? Let me know down in the comments below. Now, diving into the first story, and that is the professionalism and size of this PS5 event that Sony is putting together. We know Sony has class when it comes to their games, but it's clear Sony wants to show the PS5 and what it could do in the best and most professional way. And according to Alana Pierce, who is a producer at Rooster Teeth and used to work at IGN, this upcoming PS5 event could be huge. She was recently sitting down with the people over at Kind of Funny Games. Ed said the following.
But I also know, and I don't think I've said this anywhere, so minor scoop for you, that Sony has tried to do presentations already this year, and I know this from developers who were supposed to be part of those presentations, but didn't, because for some reason, somewhere in the Sony hierarchy, they were very obsessed with the idea of having a very, very, very professional stream rather than something previously recorded. So they weren't willing to do anything outside of a massive studio with a crew of like 25 to 30 people, which for those devs who were planning to have their games revealed at those certain streams was very frustrating, because they were like, I don't understand why we can't just send you in this footage, have our marketing go out exactly as planned, but PlayStation just wasn't having the at-home quality stuff. They were refusing to do it. So I feel like maybe this is actually going to be huge, is the one thing that I'm kind of thinking, is that I know that there have been reveals that have been planned that have been put off because Sony didn't want to do them. So we might actually see a lot of games. We might actually see some reveals. I don't know. But that's what I hope comes out of it.
So it's clear Sony wants a big production event to showcase their shiny new console and won't go anywhere lower than that. And it's honestly, it's brand association. And when Sony wants to showcase what they've done with the PS5, they want to associate it with high class, which again has kind of been the case with their first party studios and what they've been doing and releasing over the last few years. But beyond that, based off her statement, it sounds like Sony was going to showcase their games for the PS5 earlier on in this year, in early 2020. So those early 2020 events that people were rumoring could have very well been the case, but because of the CV situation we're in right now, Sony had to cancel those events. And because of this, games that would have been showcased across multiple events might just all be at this event possibly happening next week, which, as Alana states, could be huge. So right now, my excitement is kind of all over the place, and I'll try to temper it, but I'm starting to wonder how big this event will be. It doesn't sound like something that'll be an hour long. It sounds like it could be much longer than that, but that's just my personal thought. You guys let me know, how long do you think this event will be? Let me know down in the comments below. But what about the console reveal? Apparently, Jeff Grubb also came onto this stream that Alana was on and stated the following in regards to a console reveal, reading from PlayStation Lifestyle, and this is them paraphrasing what he said, because it was Alana Pierce who was talking and kind of reiterating what Jeff Grubb said in the live stream and the text. But reading their comment, Sony may show off the PS5 design before going live with whatever event they reportedly have slated in the coming days. He anticipates the hardware won't be kept under wraps past June 3rd and may very well receive a reveal in another Wired article or something of the like. So Sony and Wired have had a relationship at this point. They have a good relationship at this point, I would assume, since Sony chose them to be the first people to discuss the PS5 last year before anyone else, and I wouldn't be surprised if they did an article drop with the console design reveal as well. We know they already did the DualSense controller in that same fashion, and I don't mind it, but I would personally prefer they would do a live stream showcasing the console, but I know that's not easy in our current situation in the state of the world right now, or who knows, they might drop the design on the article and during their event next week have it on the show. I don't personally know, obviously. Do you guys think Sony would actually just drop a Wired article to showcase their console for the first time, like Jeff is suggesting, or would they reveal it on June 3rd? Let me know down in the comments below. I also wanted to note Takashi Mochizuki's statement. Sorry if I butchered that name. I definitely butchered that name probably. His statement regarding a console reveal, just to add on to this. For people who don't know, he wrote the Bloomberg article with Jason Schreier that we covered yesterday, and he also added weight to the console reveal being really soon and possibly at this event. Here's his statement from Twitter. I expect official reveal of PS5 design in near anyway, because as I wrote in this article, mass production is starting and that means leak risk of console image. Given Sony Interactive Entertainment trying to stay ahead of curve, reveal shouldn't be too far away. So based off this, again, it seems like the reveal should be soon. Next week sounds about right. But in terms of the June 3rd event and what could be there outside of the possibly large set of games, everyone wants to know details about the price and release date for the PlayStation 5. And here's Jeff Grubb's latest statement from his article on VentureBeat.com in regards to this. While June 3rd reveal should provide the best look at the PS5, don't expect Sony to give away every detail about its next-gen system. The company could withhold price and release timing for another date. The price for the PS5 is still especially subject to fluctuations. Sony wants to launch at a competitive price, but also doesn't want to take a loss on the hardware. I personally feel that both Microsoft and Sony will probably take a loss on the hardware if both of them are trying to hit that competitive price. $499 seems about right for both consoles, but hey, who knows? If Microsoft comes out and said, hey, we're going to release the console for $400, Sony really has no option. So I think Sony and Microsoft are trying to wait each other out at this point, because neither company seems to want to go first in terms of discussing price, because they know the other console maker will just cut them off. So this will be an interesting summer. You guys let me know who you think will reveal the price first, Sony or Microsoft. Let me know down in the comments below. And as for events, we know that Sony still has more events to come, so price and release date could probably be at one of those events. And that's basically everything. You guys are up to date. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And if you guys did enjoy this video, please hit that like button as it always helps, and subscribe if you're new. I got new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one. And welcome back to the after show. This is the part of the video where we have a little fun down in the comments below. If you're old, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. For today's thing, what I want you guys to do is to body, obliterate, destroy, and overall harass the comment section with, when can I drop the bag? Because at this point, Sony, I'm just curious. I got the money for you. Let me give you the money. And that's basically the whole conversation. If you feel the same way, destroy the comment section with, when can I drop the bag? And I'll definitely heart those comments like I always do, because I appreciate everybody who stays to the end of my videos. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one.